1982 Lincoln Cent. Today we are diving deep into the 1982 Lincoln Cent, a coin that marks an important transition in U.S. currency history. This year is famous for its multiple varieties, including small and large dates, copper and zinc compositions, and rare errors that can be worth thousands of dollars at auction. Stick around as we explore the history, design, rarity, values, and top auction prices for the 1982 Lincoln Cent, and how you can spot a valuable one in your collection. History of the 1982 Lincoln Cent. The 1982 Lincoln Cent is one of the most significant years in U.S. penny history. Before 1982, Lincoln cents were made of 95% copper and 5% zinc and tin. However, due to rising copper prices, the U.S. Mint switched to a new composition, 97.5% zinc with a thin copper plating. This change led to the coexistence of two different metal types in 1982, copper. 95% copper, 5% zinc and tin, heavier, weighs 3.11 grams. Zinc, 97.5% zinc, 2.5% copper plating, lighter, weighs 2.5 grams. Additionally, there were 4 different types of dies used, leading to 7 total varieties of 1982 cents. Design of the 1982 Lincoln Cent. The 1982 Lincoln Cent features the classic design introduced in 1909 by Victor David Brenner, honoring the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Obverse, front side, a right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln. The inscriptions include, "In God We Trust." Along the top, "Liberty" to the left. The date, 1982, with a possible small or large date variety. Some coins bear the D mint mark for Denver, while others have no mint mark, Philadelphia. Reverse, backside, the Lincoln Memorial. Designed by Frank Gasparo. The inscriptions include, United States of America, along the top, E Pluribus Unum above the Lincoln Memorial, 1 cent at the bottom. Rarity and varieties of the 1982 Lincoln Cent. There are 7 different varieties of the 1982 Lincoln Cent due to changes in metal composition and design. Variety composition: weight, mint mark, date, style 1982 large date, copper 95% copper 3.11 no mint mark, Philadelphia. Large date 1982 small date, copper 95% copper 3.11 no mint mark, Philadelphia. Small date 1982 large date. Zinc 97.5% zinc 2.5 no mint mark, Philadelphia. Large date 1982 small date, zinc 97.5% zinc 2.5 no mint mark, Philadelphia. Small date 1982. D large date, copper 95% copper 3.11 G, D Denver. Large date 1982. D large date, zinc 97.5% zinc 2.5 G, D Denver. Large date 1982. D small date, zinc 97.5% zinc 2.5 G, D Denver. Small date. How to identify a valuable 1982 penny. Weigh the coin. A copper cent weighs 3.11 grams, while a zinc cent weighs 2.5 grams. Check the date. Look for large versus small date differences. Check for a mint mark. D means Denver Mint. No mint mark means Philadelphia Mint. Look for rare errors. Some 1982 pennies have mistakes that make them highly valuable. Rare and valuable errors on the 1982 penny. 1. 1982, D small date copper penny, rare variety. The Denver Mint was not supposed to strike small date copper cents, but a few were made. Only 2 confirmed examples exist. Value, $10,000, $20. 000 plus 2. 1982 double die errors. Some 1982 Lincoln cents have doubling in the inscriptions Liberty and In God We Trust. These can sell for $100 to $1,000 plus, depending on the severity of doubling. 3. 1982 off-center strikes. Some pennies were struck off-center, with part of the design missing. The more dramatic the misalignment, the higher the value, worth $50 to $500, depending on percentage off-center. 4. 1982 clip planchet error. Some coins were struck on incomplete planchets, creating a clipped appearance. Value, $20 to $150, depending on how much of the coin is missing. Auction prices and values of the 1982 penny. Regular 1982 pennies, common varieties and high grades, MS, 65, red, copper large date, $5, $20, MS, 65, red, copper small date, $10, $50, MS, 65, red, zinc large date, $3, $10, MS, 65, red, Zinc small date, $5. $1.15 top auction prices for rare varieties 1982, D small date copper. Only 2 known, sold $4.18, 800, 1982 double die obverse, strong doubling, sold $4.2, 500, 1982 off-center strike, 50% off-center, sold $4.600. How to sell a 1982 Lincoln Cent if you have a 1982 Lincoln Cent. Follow these steps to sell it for the best price. Identify the variety. Check for copper versus zinc, large versus small date, and errors. Weigh the coin. A 3.11G coin could be valuable if it's a 1982 D small date copper. Get it graded. If you believe your penny is rare, send it to PCGS or NGC for authentication. Sell online. Use platforms like eBay, Heritage Auctions, or Great Collections for the best offers. Visit a coin dealer. Local coin shops and shows can also be good places to sell. Final thoughts: the 1982 Lincoln Cent is one of the most exciting modern pennies, with its multiple varieties and rare errors that make certain coins worth thousands of dollars. If you have a 1982 penny, check the weight, look for rare varieties, and consider grading it. You might have a valuable treasure.
1994 UK 1 penny coin. Today's video, we are exploring a coin that may look ordinary to many, but carries a rich background for numismatists and enthusiasts alike, the 1994 UK 1 penny coin. Whether you found one in your drawer or you are diving deep into British decimal coinage, this episode is all about the design, history, rarity, and auction prices of the 1994 UK penny, and whether it might be worth more than just 1 penny. So sit back and enjoy the journey into one of the UK's most iconic coins. The 1 penny coin is part of the decimal coinage system that replaced the old pounds, shillings, and pence back in 1971. The system introduced new denominations, and the 1p coin has been a part of daily British life ever since. The 1994 version came during a stable period in the UK's monetary design and features one of the more widely recognized obverse portraits of Queen Elizabeth II. The obverse, or front, features the third portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Maklaff. This design was used from 1985 to 1997, and shows the Queen wearing the George IV state diadem. This elegant crown includes roses, shamrocks, and thistles, symbolic plants of England, Ireland, and Scotland. The inscription reads Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD 1994, which is abbreviated Latin for Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. This portrait is known for having a more decorative and regal presentation compared to earlier depictions, and it's considered one of the most elegant among her coinage. The reverse of the 1994 UK 1p coin was designed by Christopher Ironside, who created the original designs for the decimal series. The reverse shows the badge of the Prince of Wales, a plume of 3 ostrich feathers within a coronet, with a ribbon below bearing the German motto Ich diene, meaning I serve. The design is framed by a beaded border and the words 1 penny and the numeral 1. This badge has been used for many years and adds a layer of heraldic tradition to the otherwise simple penny. Now, how common is the 1994 penny? The answer: very common, at least in circulation. In 1994, the Royal Mint produced an impressive 601,036,001 penny coins. That means well over 600 million examples were struck in that year alone, making it a non-rare circulation coin in the traditional sense. You're likely to find one in pocket change, old piggy banks, or in coin jars across the UK and beyond, but that doesn't mean it's worthless, especially if you have one in pristine condition. So let's talk about value and rarity. The standard circulated 1994 1 penny coin is typically worth its face value, just 1 penny. However, coins in uncirculated or brilliant uncirculated (BU) condition, especially those from mint sets, can sell for a modest premium. If the coin is in mint condition, meaning it shows no signs of wear, sharp details, and a bright surface, it could be valued around £1 to £3. Not a fortune, but significantly more than its face value. If you're lucky enough to find a proof version of the 1994 1p coin, which would have been struck with special care for collector sets, it could be worth £5 to £10 or more, depending on the condition and presentation. These proof coins were made in much smaller numbers and have a highly polished, mirror-like finish with frosted details, but the real excitement comes with errors or misstrikes. While not many major errors are known for the 1994 UK penny, occasionally coins appear. Such errors are extremely rare and could fetch £50 to over £100 at auction, depending on their type and severity. But remember, authenticating errors requires expertise, so if you believe you've found one, it's best to consult a professional or get it certified. You might wonder, have any 1994 UK pennies sold for high prices at auction? While most examples sell for modest amounts, high-grade proof specimens or uncirculated examples have appeared in collector auctions. For instance, a proof 1994 1p coin in its original Royal Mint set might sell for £8 to £12 on eBay or through a dealer. A brilliant uncirculated example in PCGS or NGC certified slab, graded MS65 or higher, could potentially sell for £20 to £50, especially if the luster and strike are exceptional. So how can you sell your 1994 UK 1 penny coin? First, check its condition. If it's worn and circulated, it's usually just worth its face value. If it's uncirculated or part of a mint/proof set, then it's worth checking online platforms. You can sell it on sites like eBay, Etsy, or through UK-based coin dealers. If you believe your coin has an error, consider having it evaluated by a trusted numismatic expert or graded by a third-party grading company like NGC or PCGS. This can drastically increase its resale potential. To summarize, the 1994 UK 1 penny coin is not rare in general circulation. In circulated condition, it's typically worth face value. In uncirculated or proof condition, it can be worth between £1 and £10. Sometimes more rare error coins can be worth £50 to £100 or more, depending on the error. Auction prices for top condition coins or certified examples can climb higher but are relatively modest overall. Before we wrap up, here's a fun fact. While millions of these coins exist, the 1994 penny represents a snapshot of British currency design from the 90s, during a time of economic and cultural stability. Coins like this may not be rare today, but they hold historical value for the future and help us trace the legacy of Queen Elizabeth II's reign across the decades. That brings us to the end of our look at the 1994 UK 1 penny coin. If you've got one lying around, take a closer look. You might have a near-perfect piece worthy of a collector's folder. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell icon for more detailed coin stories. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy collecting!